Hello, my beautiful solopreneurs. I am so excited to see you today. Thank you so much for being here. I already went ahead and I pulled your overall energy for this reading and prepared my energy to receive these messages, to channel these messages from Spirit for you. And the card that I pulled is spring. Spirit's message for you today is around spring. And at the bottom of the card, it says, I am awakening to my own inner power. And there's this cute little bunny here in the middle of this beautiful grass and on the edge of the forest here with these lightning bugs. So immediately what I'm getting from this card is that this is a powerful time for you where you are just beginning to discover the power that you hold within. Maybe you're discovering some new gifts that you have. Maybe you are awakening to the fact that the things that light you up inside are actually where you are most powerful, and you're discovering that it's time for you to lean into those things a little more heavily because maybe that's the best way for you to serve your community or your family. Um, but welcome. But before we get deeper into this reading, I want to welcome you. I want to remind you that this is not about predicting your future. It is about helping you lead yourself with greater confidence, clarity, and trust. My name is Kristin Nicole Lobdell, and I believe that self-leadership is the foundation of a meaningful life and a sustainable business. So, by showing up for yourself here today, you are strengthening your connection to your own inner wisdom. And that has the power to transform every area of your life. So, today we are going to move through the K&L Co. Self Leadership Spread. And that is a 5 card framework designed to help you regulate, validate, witness the deeper message unfolding, receive aligned guidance, and integrate the wisdom into your next steps. As always, I want you to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, trust your inner knowing above all else, because these general readings are designed to support you in your self-reflection and your intuition. So if you'd like guidance that's personalized to your unique situation, I'd be honored to support you in a private intuitive guidance session, and you can book one of those using the link in the description below. So let's get back to this spring card, shall we? So let's hear a little bit more about this. This card is from the Soul Care Oracle deck by Sarah McCormick. And this deck is actually available, I believe, on Etsy. So I'm going to share the link to that in the description. I always share the links to the resources that I use in the description. But I want to read what Sarah intended by the beautiful artwork and the message on this card. So I'm going to read her description here. So it's about growth, creativity, expansion, energy, new possibilities. And the affirmation associated with this card is I am awakening to my own power. So you may want to use that affirmation in your meditations or throughout the day if you run into any periods of time where you're, feeling a little low energy. That affirmation can boost your energy. You can also just use it as a great affirmation, maybe when you're doing your mirror work, right? When you're getting ready for the day, just look yourself in the eyes with the most loving gaze and say, I am awakening to my own power. But the message says spring brings a gentle stretch into your awareness, an awakening as your attention shifts from inward reflection to outward expansion. Life emerges all around you, and you witness the tender, steady growth as fresh spring grass slowly spreads its reach toward the sun. As the days warm and grow longer, we invite fresh energy into our homes through spring cleaning, clearing out the old to make room for the new. This card invites you to look back at the dreams you conjured during winter and begin to form a plan to weave them into reality. just as the world becomes active during springtime, now is a time for you to act and put your energy into making steady progress towards your dreams. What are you waking up to in your life now? What was once dormant that is springing to life with a new awareness and sense of possibility? Tend to this seedling with care and watch it grow and bloom. Yeah, so great questions. What are you waking up to in your life right now? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to support you with a comment and just to hold space for those beautiful dreams that you have. But the description on this card really made some great points here. Rabbits can be about, you know, um, moving through our fears and anxieties, right? Sometimes rabbits can represent that. And, as this description was saying, you could be, releasing the old to make room for the new right now. You could also be, kind of springing into things like rabbits, rabbits hop and they spring into things. So things could be kind of beginning to pop off for you in a sense, right? And and they also represent, the ability to multiply very quickly, right? And so if we nurture this dream or whatever it is that you are waking up to in your life right now, it really has the potential to manifest really quickly, is what I'm getting. So let's get into the guidance that the tarot has and get even more clarity and support. So I actually did not even pull the tarot cards for you today. We're just going to do it right here. Spirit, what do you want my collective to know in the regulate position? All right. What do you want them to know in the validate position? Okay. Seeing a lot of pentacles and coins so far, which is exciting if we're thinking in terms of that abundant bunny energy. An abundance in the financial sense is always good. All right, Spirit, what should my people know in the witness position? What is actually happening beneath the surface? Okay. And then what do we have in this guidance? What's our guide? Most aligned next step. More pentacles. OMG, you guys. Pentacles represent earth, body, material, the physical manifestations, right? The physical world around you. And then finally, in our integrate position, what is the outcome? Wow, guys, this is a great reading. I'm excited to go through this with you. Okay. Here's what I pulled in the regulate position. So the regulate position is all about what is grounding you right now. This is bringing your nervous system back to safety. This is the energy that is asking you to maybe slow down and take a pause and just reflect for a little bit here. And so we have pulled the 10 of Pentacles here, which is it's about long-term legacy wealth. It's also about seeing the magic in the mundane things. It can also be, financial security, right? And so, um, this is maybe what is on your mind right now. Maybe you are learning to, kind of put things in place that allow you to provide for yourself and your family in the long run. But also maybe just kind of, since you are awakening to your own power, maybe you're recognizing the resources that you have available to you and recognizing, how they can be even more valuable to you, right? If you're waking up to your own powers and abilities, you're probably gaining a sense of appreciation for your own unique skills and abilities and how they could apply to maybe your money situation, your work situation, maybe your home life, and create, a sense of security for yourself over the long term. So let's just honor this place that you're in your life. But this card definitely points to long-term, abundance long term, right? But also, so this guy here, he in the tarot, he is recognized as um kind of a figure that is synonymous with Odysseus, right? And so what did Odysseus do? He kind of went out on these this crazy epic adventure, right? And he went out and kind of battled his demons, and when he came back, he was able to restore his kingdom. And so, but he became a different person in the process, right? And so it was about his personal journey and transformation and who he had to become in order to come back and bring these gifts kind of back to his kingdom in a sense. Um, and so that could be what you're doing right now. Maybe you are in the springtime of this particular journey for yourself. And so in the validate position, what this is what you are feeling that deserves to be honored. This is the part of you that is asking to be seen without fixing it. And in here we have the Six of Pentacles. And so that again, pentacles, this can be the material, this can be about creating more stability in your life. Um, it's about giving and receiving, right? And so and how you decide to share your wealth with people. And so, what I'm getting from this card is that you are really assessing, the resources that you have available to you and how you can kind of put them out there and share them with either your family or your greater community, whether that be your workplace and clients that you are serving, or maybe even sharing it within your workplace with your coworkers. Um, yeah, you're really learning how to kind of share those resources with the world around you. Also, sixes represent harmony, progress, and support. And so, as well as balance, right? Harmony suggests balance. He's holding scales right here. And so, you're learning how to share your resources in a balanced way. Maybe even identify more even exchanges of energy that you can enter into, right? Within your partnerships with those people that are helping you, maybe friendships or even maybe business relationships. In the witness position, this is what is actually happening beneath the surface. And so, you know, this is where we want to, identify the underlying pattern that's emerging. And so what is happening is because you're in the springtime of your life, the moon is about things are not really clear right now. Things are, there's this illusory energy to the moon card. Because we're kind of trying to navigate our way through the dark, essentially navigate our way through a place we've never been before, right? And so there can be some anxiety that comes up around this just because we're afraid of not knowing, right? Um, I like to say that this card is about surrendering to the void, right? You might have taken a leap of faith recently and you just have no idea what's going to come next. And you're trying to learn how to surrender to that the energy of not knowing. Um, and so honor that. That's what's happening beneath the surface. So your guidance, what is your most aligned next step? Your most aligned next step is more Pentacles energy here. So again, like all of this Pentacles energy is really telling me, you're really focused on material concerns right now. But it's also suggestive that there's a lot of abundance coming in. So, you know, this is kind of grounding you. But the next step in terms of, so this is we had the Six of Pentacles, and now we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven is around challenge. Sevens can point to challenges, right? And so the challenge right now is around this is around the long term, right? So he is kind of taking stock of his crop so far? What has he grown so far with with the resources that he's put out there? What kind of a return on an investment is he getting with the efforts that he has put in? And he's kind of making an assessment of these results and kind of thinking about, okay, like, what am I going to do with these things? But also, he's probably got a sense of pride around what he's done so far. And so that's a great thing. But his power lies here in making that assessment. So, taking a step back and, um, making a judgment call based on the return on investment that he's getting. And so, again, with the spring card, it was mentioning like letting go of the things that maybe weren't working and doubling down on the things that are working. And so I would say that that is what your most aligned next step is just like, take a pause in what you're doing for a moment so that you can strategize and double down on whatever was working for you and maybe release some of the things that you don't need anymore. If you can, delegate, automate, and eliminate certain things, I think that that seems like a really good idea for you right now, just so you can continue to reap the abundance that's coming in and maybe even multiply it in a greater sense, maybe double it or triple it. And then we have so in what will shift if you embody this? In the integrate position, this is the energetic outcome of you making that assessment. Um, it is the Three of Cups. This is about celebration, right? Like when you do this, like you'll have cause to celebrate, right? It's also about, creativity and collaborations. Threes are about growth and expansion and collaboration, right? And so what becomes available is that your relationships improve. As I mentioned, this balance card seems to point to more even exchanges of energy coming in. So maybe some more equitable partnerships are going to present themselves for you, whether that be new friendships or new business partnerships. Um, and cups are about, your heart and your emotions too. So, I'm getting the sense that some more rewarding relationships are going to be coming in. And, relationships can also point to the ways that you are spending your time. Your relationship with what you're spending your time on is probably going to bring you more joy as a result as well. Um, and then your creative ideas, right? Creativity is supported here as well. You're probably going to be getting some more inspired ideas. Yeah, this looks really good. Okay, well, I think that's what we have for today. This feels like a complete transmission. Thank you so much again for being here, and until next time, namaste.